It's just
Not at all.
uh, a different almost dynasty, I guess, that comes in with their own different philosophies and belief systems. But I think regardless of who's in power, most of it is for the sake of financial gain and against what's positive for our communities and our people at large. And is there a lesser of two evils? I think we could sit here and argue till we're blue in the face, depending on how you perceive what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on, right? But like truth is three-dimensional. It's
Yes.
right. It's like all it includes everything and every different way of looking at things. So I think it's important to remember that. And that's what my one of the main initiatives of my book is to help people see the whole three-dimensional picture of past 5 years.
Yeah, I love that you said, picking the lesser of two evils, and, I know a lot of people these days do more of a party when they're talking about that. At least when I was growing up, I'm 40, so I'm not, like, archaic or anything, but getting there, it was always I mean, you had everybody kinda had their sides, but a lot of people to a degree would be like, choose the lesser of two evils, more dependent on what they had to say, to a degree.
So you're saying like the lesser of two evils was picked on how they orated their platform and
Yeah.
their campaign promises and less about what they actually did while in office?
Yes. Who was I gonna say? Ronald Reagan in '84, he won 49 of 50 states, and I believe off the top of my head, I believe Richard Nixon had won all 50 states in terms of the Electoral College. So, it was I'm definitely not a fan of Richard Nixon, but it was more of people liked what he had to say, and you have to really convert a lot of your opposite party, whoever you are, to win 50 states. And now, like, I mean, you could have the cure for cancer, solve every single problem in the world, and if you're on the opposite side, people are gonna, oh no, won't work. You're bad, and it's just, no matter who you are.
Yeah, maybe perhaps there's more tribalism now. Certainly, I would say there seems to be an increased amount of like animosity, and we've somehow, and I do think this was heightened in the pandemic for sure, but somehow we've convinced people that the other side is attempting to kill the other side, right? Kill them, right?
Yeah,
We've convinced everyone that the other side is the source of all of the problems in the world.
yeah. I use Obama as a really good analogy for myself and a lot of, I would say, middle of the road people. I voted for Obama his first term. A big thing I loved about him was he was gonna go after the banks. He was gonna really, like, rein that in. And then he lost me about a year in because of one of the few things he did within his first year was give all the banking executives bonuses and the upper management. And he said, "Well, we gotta retain talent." And I'm like, "Well, they bankrupted the country, so I mean, maybe I'm just out of line here, but I would be okay losing that talent. They pretty much all collided or colluded with the government to bankrupt the country." And he kinda lost me at that point.
Yeah, I mean, if we really lived in a capitalist society, then the banks would have just gone bankrupt, right?
Yeah.
But the government intervened to keep the system afloat, right? So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
really Iceland, I believe, if I'm right, Iceland jailed all their executives in banking, or some of them. I think they were the only country in the world to actually do it. You've done a lot of work on, a lot of this, so, I mean, it's not like I haven't seen it anywhere in your stuff, but, like, has do you feel like China has pushed any of that, like, in terms of not like in terms of, like, influencing elections or nothing like that, but, like, with the COVID aspect? Do you think any of that, like, some people, like, they have, like, the paranoia, "Oh, it was on purpose, not on purpose," they were trying to change certain things.